All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is an unplanned reading. I don't have anything on the docket. I'm starting your April readings on Sunday. Okay, yesterday's readings were a little strange, especially the Schrodinger's cat reading. I picked up both sides that had this kind of weirdness to the energy. So I did some offline reads last night, and then, of course, I shuffled the deck this morning, and I get this. So we're going to do this reading. This is going to be very interesting. It'll be one of those surreal readings. I like it. Let's talk about the surface energy. So why am I here, right? Why am I here? I mean, I could have, just whatever. But it's three swords crossed by the three of pentacles. When I get a surface read that starts with three swords, something is resetting. And I felt it all through yesterday's readings. Something is just resetting, but it's not like, usually when something resets, you can kind of feel it coming, or you can sort of tell when it's, or you can watch the like when you restart your computer, you can watch the process, right? It shuts off, it comes up, the little emblem comes on, it runs through its thing, and then you log back in, and off you go, right? This is like you hit restart, and all of a sudden, and this screen just flickers for a second, and it's still there. It seems like nothing's changed, but something's changed. That's sort of what's going on here. Because I've got three swords crossed by three pentacles. And then I've got this dreamy, hazy 10 of cups energy. And I've got the love geese in the air and an ace of cups. And underneath that, I got an 8 of wands, fueling this three swords, or bookending this three swords. So they're read together like that. I don't know. I think I've described it best with the computer reboot thing. Something between you and somebody is resetting, and it comes from a very sudden, unexpected communication. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's just the surface read. Okay? We're going to go deeper. I wish I didn't have to, because that's a pretty cool reading, isn't it? You'd see that reading all over YouTube. A sudden, unexpected communication from somebody resets a connection. You start on a whole new journey. The magician, you get your karmic debt taken care of. It sounds great. On the surface, that's the surface read. We're going to go deeper. I don't think the deeper is going to ruin it too much. I just think it's going to make it weirder. That's all. All right, let's see where we go. Now, to give the deck a shuffle. It's first card out, so why the fuck are we here? It's card before the cut. That's just the pre-shuffle. That's just me asking the universe, so what's this all about? Yeah, an unexpected communication. Out of the blue, out of nowhere, I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about you having to bring up, the DF side having to bring up the three swords to talk about the three swords. I get that, but I don't think you'll have to push very hard in this energy. There's some sort of weird wave of energy. Think of it like a passing thunderstorm. Okay? There's some sort of passing thunderstorm of energy that's coming through that's going to make, I don't know which side, maybe both sides of the soulmate cycle feel very powerful for a moment. Okay? Very powerful for one moment. A bunch of He-Man and Wonder Woman and Wonder Women for like a day or two. I don't know. Okay. Why the fuck are we here? All that shuffling, that's that. I can't get rid of it. I couldn't get rid of it offline either. That's why we're here. The Three of Swords. It came back. I mean, it was there in the pre-shuffle. It's a very important pre-shuffle. I told you, all this reading is going to do is make the surface energy weirder. It's not going to ruin it. Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. I'll fix the camera. Yeah, it's powerful shit. And we haven't had a freeze up in a while. But the three swords came back. It's really strong energy. There's some kind of energetic passing thunderstorm. Probably pretty hard to pick up on. Your horoscopes might even miss it. I don't think it's part of astrology. I think it's just the energy, the core energy. And there it is. It's very powerful. A very sudden, right? A very sudden new beginning on that Three of Swords. Very sudden. Explosive, right? A little explosion there. I mean, I don't know. And I mentioned He-Man and Wonder Women. We all become He-Man and Wonder Women for a couple of minutes, right? For a couple of days. This is the type of thing you see when they transform into He-Man and Wonder Women. When she spins around, you see that? When He-Man's got the power of Grayskull, you see that kind of thing? It is. There's some kind of transformation that's happening on that Three of Swords through a sudden conversation. It's very sudden. But everybody feels very strong within the conversation, like they can handle themselves, right? You're all right. Okay. I like this. Very weird. This has been coming up in my offline readings too. This is why I'm here, I guess. All right, we'll see. All right, let's shuffle the deck. Give me a reading, universe. Give me a reading on all this. Why does this Three Swords keep coming back? Let's talk about that pre-shuffle. Give me a reading on the damn pre-shuffle. I guess that's the best thing for me to put out there, right? All right, here we go. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, so it is what it is. Bottom of the deck. Overall energy of this reading, a Page of Pentacles. Fueled by a Knight of Wands. You're not going to have time to prepare. Nobody got time to prepare for this conversation. It's a pop quiz. It's like a pop quiz at school. Nobody used to drive I remember there's the kids that didn't study and the kids that studied and they did all the homework, and they went home and their mom and dad were over them helping them with the homework and shit like that. Those kids. Those were the ones that hated the pop quizzes because, I didn't have time to prepare. I didn't have time to prepare. Oh, well, welcome to life, right? Here you go. Whoa, we got cards flying all over the place. You don't have time to prepare. This conversation comes in quickly. All right. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's the 3D energy around this person attached to you, whoever it is. Right here's their soul. This is the hidden energy message from the universe. Red with the energy of connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. It's also red with the 3D energy. All right. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and we'll probably extend this, I would imagine. But I think I'm going to need to refuel with a second breakfast after this energy. This is crazy. All right, right here. Energy around. Oh, come on. Really? It's going to keep giving me a hard time. It's going to keep giving me a hard time. There's a lot of energy here. It's one of those thunderstorm energies. Does it every time. All right. Energy around your connection. Let's try again. It is what it is. Bottom of the deck comes in quickly. Got it. Page of Swords. The connection itself is depressed. The reason it's coming in is because the energy of the connection is this is like disappointment sort of a thing typically, but that's not what it's representing here. In the energy of your connection right now, it's a dip. And what that does is there's like a void that's been created. So that's why it's coming together so quickly. That's why it's happening. It's happening. That's why, it probably won't even show up in your horoscopes. It has nothing to do with Mars doing this or that and the other thing. Nothing to do with any of it. It's just the way the energy is right now. Okay, 3D. Stop it with this thing. 3D energy's around. I probably have it in a different place than I usually do. That's why. 3D energy's around this person. Yeah. What did I say? I mean, it's a tower. It's happening. It's all happening very fast. They're being sucked into this. You're being sucked into this connection, and they're being sucked into this connection. It's like two people being just running into each other out of nowhere. I mean, this is a very sudden conversation. Things are happening very fast. All right, soul energy is here. Their soul, the person attached to you. It's red with the Page of Swords, Two of Cups. What did I say? I mean, I don't know why I'm your second favorite. I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. It's two cups. It's two soulmates coming together. The two souls are coming together because of a dip in the energy. Think of it like a U, like that. All right, so everything that flows in, you're walking, you both fall into the hole. So that kind of a thing like that. That's exactly what's going on. I mean, it's the best way I can describe the energy. It's not exactly what's going on, but energetically, it's what's going on. And that's why it came out this way, right? Very suddenly, being sucked in to this here happens very quick. Two soulmates coming together because of the dip in the energy. Hidden energy message from the universe. Wow, I told you, it's not going to ruin the pre-shuffle. Sudden communication, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just going to make it more surreal if I go deeper. All right. Hidden energy message from the universe. Red with the Page of Swords. Six of Swords. How do I phrase this? I'm going to phrase it the easiest way I can. One side wants this communication more than the other. I don't know who it is. Could be you, could be them. I have no idea. Or you might both want it. That's fine. But one side wants it more. It benefits one side more than the other. That's all I can say. It's the easiest way to put it. Nothing negative. It's not a devil. It's just you know. Okay, potential final outcome, red with a tower. Stop that. This ain't no Wheel of Fortune. Cut it out. Queen of Pentacles. That fawn is that fawn. Okay? It's communication. It's sudden communication. It's somebody, it's you. This is your final outcome. My viewer, most of you, the DFs, you suddenly finding out your value in some way in this connection. Suddenly finding out how important you are to this person. I think it benefits you more than it benefits them. That's what I think. I think there's something very important about this. I think this is something that benefits you on a high level. Okay? Very high level. I also think maybe you handle the communication better than they do. I talked about the kids at school that don't like pop quizzes because they didn't have time to prepare. Oh, I didn't have time to prepare, Miss Reynolds. I didn't have time to prepare. Oh my God. Right. Welcome to life, right? You handle it a little better than they do. You don't need to prepare as much. All right? All right. Here we go. Let's clarify with the witches, shall we? Which randomly at the bottom, by the way, has a Page of Swords. I did not know. Page of Swords. That's what we're clarifying right now. So this is good. This is very interesting. It is a passing thunderstorm. It does make both of you a bit bold. Okay? It probably has a little to do with the equinox and Aries season. This is a very unique Aries season. It's got some pizzazz to it. Some shazam, some calakazam. I mean, it's got some wow moments, you know, and it's filled with confidence. So, it should be interesting to say the least. You know, for some of you it'll be interesting in a bad way. For some of you, interesting in a good way. This is actually quite good. This benefits you nicely. This is one of the good things. Let's talk about the Page of Swords. Let's talk about the dip in the energy. Okay, it's causing this to happen. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes two people just come together because the energy's just dipped in and you both fell in the same hole. And you're gonna talk to each other until the hole fixes itself. All right, there we go. Page of Swords. Why is that here? It's caused by temperance. Yeah, it's just happening. It's divinely guided. It feels to me even almost too perfect. It feels to me like it's been planned by a higher power. I don't think it has. I think it's happening naturally. But I will say that this dip isn't filled with devil energy, can't get in. It's filled with healing through truth. Okay? It's all about a communication. And that communication is quite fruitful. I think it's more fruitful for you. But yeah, we got two soulmates both falling in a hole here. And somebody over here is really, it's doing something to their life as well. We'll get there. What's on top? Page of Wands. Why is that here? Page of Cups. See all the pages. Look at all the pages. Look at them. They're all over the place. Page of Pentacles is here. Page of Wands. Page of Cups. Page of Swords. They're all fucking represented on some level here. I think it's a chance to start over for each of you, but it's for different reasons. One of you is the Page of Wands and one of you is the Page of Cups in this conversation. Only you know which is which. This communication might help you emotionally, or it might help you with confidence. I don't know. Depends. Only you know. Vice versa. Right? Okay? So either way, it's great. It's divinely guided. The hole that you both fall into is filled with angel energy. There's not a lick of devil energy here. I mean, it's always present, but it's been pushed to the side, right? By, well, Archangel Michael from that Temperance card. Tower, tell me about it. Tell me about the Tower. Wow. Tell me about the Tower, universe. What do we get here with the Tower? Lovers. Again, two lovers coming together. We had the love geese up in the pre-shuffle with the lovers card. The love geese are in the air. It's sort of an energy of, because this used to be called the choice. right? Still called that in some decks, but it's major arcana. The energy, this is major arcana. This is the 5D. We don't control this. It's sort of like the carpet's been pulled out from under somebody here, okay? And they don't have a choice. They're falling in this hole. But in their own life, the carpet's been pulled out from under them, all right? Now, I don't know, maybe they woke up and went, I love Steve's viewer. You know, they just realized it out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know, it's possible. I'm not saying that's what's going on. It does feel like a carpet's being pulled out from under them, though. Happens very quickly. I think this, again, there's no time to prepare for this conversation. It happens rather suddenly. It happens probably right when you think, oh, it's not going to happen. That reading probably wasn't for me. Bam! That's when that type of thing happens. It might happen a week from now, 2 weeks from now. I have no idea. What's on top? So you got to be kidding me. 3 swords. It came back. There it is. Why is that here? The King of Wands. Yeah. I think somebody's finally realized through a series of happenstance, a series of coincidences, which of course there's no such thing, but somebody's finally realized that their own ego is blocking their happiness, or they've realized that they're unhappy and they're tired of pretending that they are happy. It's any of that. But definitely the rug's been pulled out from somebody's ego, which is why it's perfect that you both fall in this hole, and it's why you both fall in this hole as pages, to have a conversation about this 3 of Swords. This king doesn't want to talk. If these were reversed, it'd be a different story, but they're not. Okay? All right, 2 of Cups. So yeah, the rug's been pulled out from under them in their life, for sure. 2 of Cups. What's going on here? 2 cups in the soul. What do we get? Crossed by the Ace of Wands. Drawn more to the butterfly on the card with some transformation happening here. Something has happened. I'm just focusing on the soul. I get it. 2 soulmates coming together, falling in a hole. I get it. But what's on top here? Again, these cards flow. These cards bookend these. Yes, but the energy flow is 5D to 3D. So 5D to 3D. There's the Lovers. It was crossing there. It's there. Why is that here? The Chariot. Whatever this energetic little thunderstorm that's coming through is, it's having an effect where it's making somebody want things they didn't want before. Desire them to a level where they have to have it. Okay? Which is why I say I'm going to use the word surreal again. When you fall in this hole and have this out of nowhere, out of the blue conversation with this person, it might seem a little weird. It might seem a little dreamy. And I picked up on the dreaminess in the 10 of Cups in the pre-shuffle. It might seem like you might say to yourself, is this really happening? You know, that kind of a thing. Yeah, it's possible. It is. If somebody is just moving forward with behaving way out of character in this, doing things they would normally not have the confidence to do before. Okay? Well, they don't really have a choice. They're falling into a hole here, you know. But it's nice to see that they're playing. It's putting their ego on hold a little bit. It's good. It puts the ego on hold, which if there is devil energy on the table, it's kind of right here, right? Because this is angel energy, Archangel Raphael here. But this is, it would be here. It would be in the ego. The devil would live in the ego, which is what causes these 3 of Swords a lot of times. We don't want to get hurt. Afraid people with abandonment issues will get rid of people before they can get rid of them. They'll sabotage relationships, end up breaking somebody's heart just because they're afraid of being abandoned. So they want to be in control and get rid of that person before they leave them. Right? It's a common element. So the devil energy lives here. And as I said, it's been put on a shelf temporarily. Let's talk about 6 swords. Very interesting. My God. All right. 6 swords. Now this is kind of separate from the reading. We're just talking to the universe here. I'm going to twist it like that to make it separate from the reading. Because normally it's read with these, but I don't think it is. I do think the conversation has the potential to be productive and smooth things out and work out the 3 of Swords. But that's not really why the universe threw this. This Six of Swords here is about somebody getting more out of it than the other person. I mean, you grow into a queen because of this. I don't think they move much past page. All right. Tell me about the Six of Swords. It's crossed by a tower. Again, there's a tower over here. Something about this conversation, which is very sudden, you don't have time to plan for it, causes you, I'm going to say you, well, but probably both of you, but causes you to have to change your plans. Okay? Don't feel like you have to change direction too quickly. All right? Take it nice and slow, take it nice and easy. But there's some kind of radical change that needs to happen for you. You feel like there is anyway because of this. Or it changes your attitude so much or how you feel so much that you just go ahead and move in a new direction. That's possible too. I'm not sure. What's on top? But again, why am I your second favorite? What did I just get done saying about moving in directions, changing plans? Right, the Fool. It changes the course of mighty rivers. It does. Something about this, and I'm just talking about your energy here. Okay, probably affects both sides, but I think it affects you more. Okay, something about this changes the course of where you're headed in life, or what you're doing, or what you feel about certain things. I don't know, something very big. This is a big card, Major Arcana. This is a big card, Major Arcana. Okay, why is the Fool here? Ace of Cups. Right. It's sort of like an energy, if I'm to exaggerate it, you thought you were going to die alone, now you're not. All of a sudden, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of feels like that. All of a sudden, your emotions begin to flow. I believe you're the Page of Cups up here. That's what I believe. I believe this affects you deeply on an emotional level. And I get that with the soul nurturing aspect of the Queen of Pentacles here. Think about this. Boost. I don't even want to be as cheesy as to say boost your confidence or your self-esteem. It's not about that. It's just, it changes your purpose in life. I don't know what it is. It's going to be different for all of you, but this is a beautiful energy here. All right? This thing that happens out of nowhere changes the course of everything, changes everything, the way you see things. All right? It's really, and it's an extremely positive energy. I got no devil anywhere in sight here. All right. Again, it's been shelved. It lives here. This person who would, this Burger King, who would normally cause three swords and push them in further. It's been shelved, though. Final outcome, Queen of Pentacles. Well, the page is there. There's the little fawn. There's the little fawn. But it's not you. This is your final outcome. You end up smelling like a rose here. You come out a big old queen. I don't know. All right, let's see where we get. All right, Queen of Pentacles. Why is it here? Let's talk about it. Why is it here? It's crossed by the Seven of Wands. Curious. What's feeling the Death card? Okay. I'm going to come back to that. What's on top? Eight of Swords. Yeah, I knew that was there. And the Six of Pentacles. What's the bridging energy? The Nine of Cups. This is read with this. This is read with this. This is very confusing for you on some level. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, everything I said about that, that's fine. But the cards that fall on top of it, that help when we go deeper. You might realize with whoever you have this sudden conversation with, you might realize that you've been focused on the wrong things with them, or you've been fighting for the wrong things. Or you've been jammed up on this Three of Swords, and it's been maybe you looked at it from the wrong angle. I don't know. There's some aspect here where you were fighting a losing battle. Okay? And that's about to change. All of a sudden, you start fighting winning battles because of this conversation. You just do. I mean, there's something about this that just, I mean, when I pull the bridging energy between an 8 of Swords and a 6 of Pentacles, right? Which is somebody, again, when I pair it with the 7 of Wands here, somebody fighting a losing battle, somebody giving to the wrong things. I get a final resolve on the bridging energy of the 9 of Cups. I get something here that, I don't know, a final puzzle piece falls into place. Suddenly everything makes sense. I'm trying to phrase it in ways that everybody can get something out of it. It's tough to do an energy like this for thousands of people. But either way, some kind of puzzle piece falls into place for you because of this conversation. And I'll just keep it simple and say, rather than beat yourself up, you grow from this. This is something very big for you. This is a big deal. This is almost a lucky break in a big way. And again, I can't escape it. There's the Tower again underneath the Death card. This is huge for you. All right? When you start fighting the right battles, the right things start happening. You know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people fight losing battles in their life. They fight the wrong things. They fight everything. They do this and that. They end up wasting their whole life on a battle they were never going to win. Maybe they're right. You know, terrific. Maybe you're right. The chipmunks are trying to get us. But there's no reason to waste your life trying to prove that the chipmunks are trying to get us. You're probably never going to prove it. And B, even if you do, who cares? What are you going to do about it? Right? A lot of people waste their lives on silly nonsense. I'm not saying you've been doing that here, but you've been focused on something. Some sort of fighting a losing battle or fighting the wrong battle with this person. Either way, the right battle starts getting fought and some massive changes happen. Massive. Huge things. All right? Whatever's been holding you back is no longer doing that, let me tell you. All right. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you. 3 cards from the bottom. But yeah, it's what I said in the pre-shuffle. An unexpected communication changes everything. Makes this 3 of Swords virtually go away. It's because of the hole. It's all about the hole. You both fall in a hole together. Right? The energy's created a depression, a dip around your connection. It's doing that a lot in the soulmate cycle right now. There's a lot of dips being created. There's going to be a lot of communication between now and the end of the year. It's going to be a real theme. All right, here we go. Cards at the bottom and a crossing card. What else you want to tell my people before I go pull some wicked voodoo? Still don't have a fucking devil. Page of Cups. Yeah, I'm right. I think you're the Page of Cups. This is a message for you, and you came out as Page of Cups. I said I didn't know which one you were, blah, blah, blah. I think you're the Page of Cups, for sure. Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, Sun, 9 of Cups. Well, we ended with 9 of Cups, and there's a 9 of Cups right there, crossing the base energy of the 6 of Cups. What's happening here, just take it for what it is. You might question it. I'm just going to paraphrase this. You might question it and be skeptical, be cynical, be something like that. You know, fall in a hole together, and here's the conversation Steve was talking about. Well, whatever, we'll see where this goes. Take it for what it is. Take all of this at face value, whatever happens, because what's happening is complete freak of nature kind of stuff. It is as unplanned and as off the cuff as this reading is. It's just think of it as a passing thunderstorm, one that didn't even come up in the weather report. You got your picnic all set up, you're all ready to go, the sun's out, the birds are chirping. All of a sudden it's pissed down rain. All of a sudden it goes dark and it starts raining. It's a bit of that. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying I'm using weather as an example. It's a passing energy storm. All right? But it benefits you greatly. Take it for what it is. Sometimes shit just happens. Sometimes you just fall in a hole with somebody, and energetically speaking, and you have a conversation. Sometimes communication just comes out of nowhere. Even from somebody you thought you'd never hear from again. All right? Sometimes that kind of shit just happens. It is what it is. This can play out a lot of different ways for you guys. I mean, it's just you and somebody are going to have a conversation. I don't think it's one of those things where it's just with you, where you have a conversation with yourself. I don't think that's what it is. Although anything is possible. You can assume you know who it is or whatever. It's definitely somebody you have a Three of Swords with. Okay? That's the best I can tell you. All right. Now, I got to go pull some Wicked Voodoo on this. I do, because, I mean, it's a beautiful thing that's happened. I love that the sun came out here. I love that. But what happened to this person on the other side? I'm going to dig on the other side, because this is their energy. It's not yours. You're coming up as a Page of Cups here that, you know, evolves to a Queen of Pentacles. Let me tell you, that's pretty amazing. But we'll find out what's going on here. We'll just pull a bunch of side reads on this and see what happens. See where we go. All right. So I'm going to take a screen grab of this so I have it, and we'll go from there. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links in the description. Right. I hope this reading was helpful, and that's it. Good luck.